You get around the meeting tonight, huh?
I'm the max substitute.
Max 2.0.
Who is our guest tonight, Christina? Video?
That's Matthew Jedlicka from the BDC.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He couldn't come in person, so I sent him an invite.
Okay. Need to order, please. Everyone, please rise and join me for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Christina, you have the roll.
Yes.
I'll move to approve this evening's agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve this evening's agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the consent agenda, which will be passed in the mass, A through AJ, unless somebody wants to pull an item out for further discussion. Do you have any requests for removals? All right, could I have a motion to approve this evening's consent agenda, please?
Motion to approve this evening's consent agenda.
Thank you. Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And then the motion carries. Blackduck Forum. Do we have anyone here for the Blackduck Forum? Not from the agenda. Nobody for the Blackduck Forum? Going once, going twice, going three times? All right. So we can move on to reports of committees and city staff. Guess who's up first?
It's always me.
You're number one.
I don't really have much to report. Snow, unfortunately, hopefully that was the last of it. Other than that, pass it along. I know there's a couple things on there for, what is it, Tim or Christina, I think. So whoever wants to take over there.
Oh, sure. Well, I'll go first. I gave the council in their packet debt predictions for the lift station project up to 15 years. Going off of what the estimation was from Ellers on that disposal bond that I provided to you guys at the work session. You can tell that it's significantly increases our outstanding debt and what the levy would be for that if we move forward with the project. What I did was I just kept the same dollar amount in revenue that the sewer wastewater fund would fund the project of 14,000 every year. And then the remainder I put in the levy. That gives you an idea of what how much we would have for debt, how much we would need for levy based upon like an estimation of like a 4% increase in cost of living, and then how that totals out for the year. I also gave you a comparison from what we would be doing right now if we didn't do the project versus if we did. And you can see that the increase in the debt is quite a bit more after the first 2 years. Obviously, we'd be paying interest in 2027, and a principal payment wouldn't start until 28. Does anybody have any questions about that?
No, I think it's well thought out. I noticed that your bond, the next item listed is for a 20-year term.
Yes, my mistake. I did do it out 15 years, but I kind of ran out of time to do 20. But roughly the payment ends up growing a little bit more and your interest gets smaller. So I went out as far as I could to the 2042, which is essentially almost that time frame. But yeah, we'd be levying probably about 20,000, 24,000 in the levy to pay the other side of the debt. I guess my request tonight is just to find out how the council and the board feel like moving forward with the project continuously now that we've seen some of these numbers. Are you still in the same temperament of continuing to move forward? Because we also have to approve the proposal that was revised for you after the last work session. So if you think that the project is still feasible, we'll continue moving forward.
I think it has to be. Do that or else.
Yeah, and like we stated in previous meetings, is if RD gets starts to fund some of this project, then we can use hopefully some grants and we can buy this down or roll it into the next into the full project at that point. So then this could go out to like a 30-year note instead of just 20.
And basically what I'm hearing you saying is the 15-year bond term just doesn't work. That correct?
Well, okay, let me back up for a second. So I gave you a 15 and a 20 at the last meeting. I think you chose the 15.
Right.
I think that's what I did here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I may have given you the 20 in the packet by mistake.
Okay.
The payments themselves are pretty similar between the two of them. It's just at the end, the interest gets much smaller.
I think we're saving close to 100,000 interest, and the payments are only like $9,000 more.
Yeah. This study is based off the 15-year. I just put the wrong schedule in the packet for you guys.
Yeah. Well, in general, I mean, if we have to encumber the taxpayers of Blackduck, I'd be in favor of, doing it for less term rather than more. And it's the life of the equipment too. I mean, if we redo all these, those pumps have a lifespan of more than 15 years or?
Generally, it's what, 20, I would say, tops. I mean, you're pushing it at 20.
More like it.
Yeah, so why not finance it to when they're gonna fail again? Otherwise, we have more problems and we're still paying for another 5 years. That's my head. Do you have any opinions, Lori?
I'm with the 15-year.
Okay. Well, I agree with Nick. I mean, I think we have to do something if we can't remove the sewage from the city of Blackduck, then that's a major failing. If, I think I'm correct, Mike, and you said nothing flows naturally to the sewage treatment plant.
Nope.
Everything has to be lifted. Right?
Yep. Everything goes through the main lift station.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the stations
Yep.
we're doing, obviously, so.
Mhm.
What's going on with those, I think we have to do something or we're gonna have problems. Because if you wanna have a public meeting about stuff flowing down the middle of the street or coming back up in your basement, the cannabis public meeting is gonna appear small, because we're gonna have people all over. So I guess we should continue going forward with them, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
We don't do anything more formal from us at this point.
Not at this point, no, Ron. I'm just trying to give you guys as much information as possible to be prepared for when the debt actually does start. Okay.
And the next item we need is approval of it's a proposal that's been revised to include the extra lift station, the motel. Except for I think we've discussed this at the work session pretty thoroughly.
Yes, this is the same document, Ron.
Do we need any further discussion on that, or could we move to a motion to approve it?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay,
I'll move to approve the professional service proposal. City of Black Duck Lift Station Rehabilitation Project for Lindsay.
Second.
and this is the proposal to the amount estimated to be $40,000.
No, that's design.
That's just the design. The
Yeah.
total project is 88.
88.
Yeah.
Correct. I'm looking at the wrong paragraph, 88,000 total.
Yeah.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Shonda.
Oh,
you're
it's
next.
me.
Oh.
Not a lot to report. Springtime, well. Kind of springtime is a little slower. March and April are definitely our slower months. We're about 14 days into the brunch schedule or the brunch. We've had some storms and some. Yeah, crazy weather that's deterred people from coming in, but about $2,500 worth of revenue after 14 days of doing it. We just have to teach people, like, they're like, oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about it. So just kind of slowly moving into it. Yeah, we have a bingo coming up this month in Manatee. So it was fun. Yeah. Nothing, nothing crazy. We haven't had to replace any drains or anything like that so far, so that's always good. Yeah, knock on wood, right?
All the restrooms are
There, yeah, it's still working, yeah,
go well.
yeah, that.
Sign is okay, no complaints about people can't read the sign.
No, I haven't had anything lately.
Okay.
You guys have anything for me?
Any questions for Shonda? Ms. Misty, you're next.
Only thing to report is, most of the hiring is complete. I'm pretty much full on that. We got a chance to go out onto the course last week and blew off all the greens, got all the debris off. I have snow mold on one small area. One green has got a little bit of deer damage that we'll have to repair. Otherwise, that was it. It's minor compared to last year. Getting the clubhouse ready and just getting in touch with vendors and getting the snacks and candies and pop and all that stuff ordered. Is that mine? Okay. Yeah, so it's moving. I think it'll be an early open. I still think it'll open early with even this little bit of moisture. It was bone dry out there before this, so.
Hmm.
I think it'll come early. I have a tournament set up already for May 2nd, I believe. That's when the kids are supposed to come out for a JV tournament.
Hmm.
So we'll see if that happens. I'm hoping it should be able to. The kids walk anyways, so we'll have that. And then we have our spring chicken the 3rd week in May, and the rubber ducky race is already scheduled to go too, so. That's it.
How is that, how is the, simulator thing working for the team?
It didn't go very well. They had to reorder a projector or something like that. So they got to use it, I think, twice. And the parts are supposed to be here, I think maybe today. I think Wednesday they're gonna go out and try it again, so.
Cool.
But they do have the simulator all set up upstairs. It takes up basically the whole entire vaulted area upstairs. But it's definitely a plus for the kids to come up there and be able to play on that, so. It'll be good. It just got a little bit backed up. So.
Right, anything else for Misty? And next item is library report.
So I told you guys at the council meeting, at the work session, that I had planned in place for new signage at the library. I did receive the quote from Ross Lewis. It is a lot higher than I anticipated. However, I did look at our budget, and I still think we could fit this in if the council wants to move forward tonight. Just to recap, that would put a backlit sign on the building, polycarbonate with the new logo. I think it would look really sharp, plus it would free up the ground. And Mike and I have been meeting on green space all the way around the building and what we're gonna do for once that sign is gone. So I think just having it on the building is gonna be a better option. So I just need council to move forward with approving that quote, so Ross Lewis can get moving on it if they still choose.
That's on one of those, the second picture I guess you can test says
It's got it, but you should have a full.
Under the budget worksheet.
Yeah, you should have another one that just looks like this from Ross Lewis. Did I not get that in the packet?
I have a worksheet.
Pass it down. I don't know, both of their
Yeah.
attachments that they sent me have been kind of odd.
Yeah, the second one I have is just a big picture. With
Yeah, they've got like the quote stuck on the building, so I asked for a formal quote, but for some reason it probably just didn't say well. So the cost is a little over $7,000.
Do we think that's the normal range?
I don't know, I've never done one like this, but knowing how much we saw. We put out for, signage for liquor store, probably I would be fine getting another. Estimate from another company. If you are not comfortable with that. They're just the first company I went to because they've done a lot of work for us in other areas of the city.
They did that on both signs or maybe those ones.
Misty, can you help me with that? They did that one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I think they did the ones at the beach too. No, not, this one's just totally different. It's polycarbonate and it's backlit, so. It's much different.
And I think, was there a separate quote to hook it up to the electrical or?
There will most likely need to be, I would have to get that from Vesslers, but knowing what the Vesslers charge just to wire the new ADA door, I can imagine it would be exceeding $1,000.
And we have current report of revenue and expenses, and it seems like it can accommodate 7,000.
I think it can, plus I've even increased the budget for outside exterior work as well on the grounds. So we still have some wiggle room. Could you pass that back to me? Sorry, it's got my budget. Just want to make sure you guys got it.
And we still have some tax revenue coming in.
We do, and I'm still trying to confirm how much we'll actually get back from this, from Department of Revenue. I can talk about that at a later date, but it is a good possibility. We're not gonna have the net difference of the admin fees we have to pay the state for managing it. We'll probably get a full 100. So that being said, I think we have the funding. I'll know more from my contact from DOR after tomorrow on that.
So are you looking for an approval now for the quote?
I am.
Okay.
Motion to approve the signage for Blackduck Law Library, Corbin Ross, Lewis Son Company. For the $7,084. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries. Will be signage approval. And the electrical will be minor and we can
I think so.
accommodate that at a
Yes,
normal expenditure.
yes. The only other thing I just wanted to remind everybody is we have a grant tour with the library, Board of Education people this Wednesday morning. They'll come in, they'll video, take pictures of the facility, just to document what's been done to the library with the funding that was awarded. That's at 10:30 Wednesday. I think we're just about done using their grant also.
All right, so next is your administrator's report, Christina.
So I'm going to defer to John. He is here representing 7-1 bar. Yep. They have put in request for approval of the city for an intoxicating liquor license. They have purchased the old 71 restaurant at 240 Summit Avenue and have I have all the full documentation that I need to in order to send it off to the state. The formality at this point is for the council to approve that license. This would be the first applicant since split liquor was approved in the city in 2014. Giving that ability to have liquor licenses issued by our city.
At a restaurant establishment.
At a bar, and adding another bar.
Yeah.
Another bar.
Is the bar.
Mhm.
Yep. So I asked John to be here, Tiffany couldn't be here tonight, so if anybody has any questions about what their process is or anything, please take advantage of that.
So this, it would be considered a separate bar and not a restaurant with liquor being served?
Be like a bar and griddle. Yeah, there would be alcohol served there, food served there.
No.
Um,
And the way I read the form is serving food is the requirement.
absolutely. If you have an intoxicating liquor license, you have to provide a certain amount of food to qualify with the state. So,
Would the premises be constructed for a traditional bar counter with stools, or would it be just served at tables?
it would have dining tables and a bar. Yep. A bar constructed.
The application includes a floor layout of the building, I just didn't include it in the packet because it wasn't. And
You attached the ordinance, it says draft with revisions, but this is all back from 2014.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
These
that's
aren't
like
current.
very early Christina doing an ordinance run. Yeah, there's no draft, that's the right one. I thought it would be necessary for you guys to read if you weren't aware of it. It's all codified into our liquor ordinance
And
now.
I think that's where I got it says at restaurants where meals are regularly prepared on the premises and served at tables to the general public.
And that's standard for Minnesota, period.
Mhm.
You can't have a liquor license without serving food.
So other bars that don't do that have been grandfathered in, is what they're saying? No?
That's all I've been told from the.
Okay. Just a question.
Some means just have a bar, don't they?
I think there's a percentage of food that has to be
Offered.
offered. Yeah. And it's a percentage of your sales, I think is what I understood.
I imagine it's gonna be written several times.
And you said this is the first time we issued it since the ordinance.
No one's applied for an intoxicating liquor license from,
Is it when you started here, the Legion Club was still in operation, was it?
well, who was here before me that can tell me that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It was,
The Legion Club closed in 2009.
I
Okay.
was gonna say, who's
Yeah.
before
Thank
you?
you.
So
And that was a full liquor license, but that's covered under a separate sentence.
That's considered a club.
Right,
Yep.
it says
Yeah.
the sale of liquor is restricted to members of the club or their bona fide guests.
Right.
That's category 1. Category 2 is hotels where food and lodging are regularly served. And the third thing is the restaurants where meals are regularly prepared on the premises and served at tables. At tables. One thing I found, and I may be ignorant, but there's a section on the Sunday intoxicating liquor license, and I may be out of touch, but you can serve liquor until 2 AM on Mondays? I always thought it was 1 AM every day of the week, isn't
You
it?
can get an additional license from the state of Minnesota to extend your bar hours to 2 AM. There aren't a lot of bars that do it.
And then there's also additional $200 charge for off or on sale during Sundays or Sundays.
That is correct.
And the 2 AM thing would be in addition to that, right?
That is also correct.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what the ordinance says, that's not what you're
We're not.
applying for.
No.
So it's been a while since the city has issued a license for intoxicating liquor, then,
I don't think they ever have.
Never have, yeah.
No, they never have.
since 1934 to the present, other than the club, the American Legion.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying the American Legion wasn't licensed?
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Because that was in business from, well, 1980. They built that building in 1979, 1980. When they closed, and prior to that, they did not have a restaurant or a bar function. So we've been in the liquor business since early 34, I believe, 1934 as a municipal liquor store city. December 5th, 1933 was the 21st Amendment. I keep telling Shonda she should have, December 5th, there should be a special discount
Right, yeah,
called Repeal Day.
right.
And the 18th Amendment was repealed, so. So the question is, are we in favor of issuing intoxicating license to, liquor license to an entity other than a pond, which we've done, so. Do we have any comments from council members on that? Any issues?
I don't have any issues.
So I spoke to, Max called me this morning in a brief conversation. He said, what you can do is tell the Rosses that he wishes you all the success in your new business and hopes that they're as successful as possible. So that's what he wanted to, me to communicate to you. And council members have no comment. I do want to solicit input from our liquor store manager. Do you have any comment?
No, I believe that. I believe that having another bar is a good thing, not a bad. I mean, let's go to Blackduck, we have two choices. You know, we don't like Sally and Miss Maltby over here, we're gonna go over to the other bar. I think it's really, yeah, no, I think it's a good thing.
So if people have complaints, they can go somewhere else.
Well, maybe. I can tell them to go see John. If you don't like it, go see John. And John will be like, please don't send him there. No, it's just good. It's good for the community. It's good for what we're doing here.
Growing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do I read the ordinance correctly? The start date for alcohol on Sunday is noon, is that right?
Yes, I believe that's
On Sundays, you can sell off sale
You can sell.
at 11.
11, but the bar has to be open.
The bar, it's when you start serving food, you can start serving up. Right, like you have to be, if you open up, you have to be serving. You have to have a menu.
Yeah.
Right,
For a municipal liquor store.
for any liquor store.
Really?
Any liquor store, you can only sell off sale from 11 to 6. That was the law that went in 20.
We should,
18.
does this ordinance
16.
need to be revised then? Because it says, according to Minnesota state statute, no on-sale liquor may be made at the following times between the hours of 1 a.m. and 12 noon on Sundays.
I'll consult it.
No,
I'll consult it.
We'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
I'm pretty sure.
because one of the reasons you're doing brunch is to stimulate business for
Right,
refreshments as well, right?
absolutely.
Mhm. So you have no objection to the license? You're not
No.
concerned about losing brunch business?
Well,
Okay. So I spoke to Max, like I said, he's very much in favor of it, wanted to make sure I pass that on, and he thought this would be excellent for stimulating business in Blackduck, and if I respect anybody's opinion on what's good for business in Blackduck, it's Max's, who's not only the mayor, but the chairman or the president of the Chamber of Commerce, so I don't know of any other city in the US, I'm sure there must be some, where the same person serves both those functions, so. He was strongly in favor of this, so I would be inclined to vote in favor of it as well. So if we don't have any more comments, could I entertain and get a motion to approve the license?
Motion to approve the 2026 intoxicating liquor license application for 7-1 bar at 2040 or 240 Summit Avenue.
No second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, may I have a vote? All those in favor?
I
Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Right. Thank you. Don, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met before.
Thank you.
On to you, your agenda, Christina.
Yeah, so Megan Laurier here from the After Prom Committee to ask for a donation this year. Guys want to have anything more you want to say?
This is our 31st year of providing after prom activities to all of the kids that attend Blackduck High School prom. The dance goes until about 11:30 and then we start after prom and we provide them with a safe, fun, memorable way to keep celebrating the night and make memories and keep them away from, other places which may be providing drugs or alcohol and keep them in a secure setting that is supervised. This year we plan to provide them with a variety of activities. There's inflatables, there's a portable 9-hole mini golf course coming in. We have foosball tables, dartboards, lots of big prizes that they can win if they stay through the end of the night. And it's just always been a really big success, and we hope to keep providing this for our students as a safe option for them. And local businesses in the city have all donated in the past, making this possible. So we appreciate it, and we hope to keep doing it.
Historically, we give them $1,000.
So what time does the after prom end?
In the past, it has ended between 2:30 to 3 a.m. We might be cutting it a little shorter this year.
What was the end time?
2:30 to 3 a.m.
Oh, 2:30.
Yes.
Rather early.
Well, for them, maybe. Not for me.
We feel like at that time, there's not any additional maybe going on, so,
Yeah.
you know.
They are
They
tired.
are
by
tired
then.
when they leave.
Yeah, so essentially it's about 3 hours, then you said that the prom goes to
Typically,
11:30 and.
yes. Yep.
No, it's free.
Mhm.
A long night.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And we want them to be able to drive home safely still and not be super tired, so. It's not a lock-in or anything where they stay all night, but.
Well, I think that's an excellent idea for an excellent service. We didn't have that. You've only been doing it for 31 years, so. Before that, actually, I have no memory of what we did.
We're the reason they have it.
You are.
So, if we're comfortable with the donation amount we've done in past years, could we get a motion to approve that again this year?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve $1,000 for the donation request for Blackduck High School after prom.
Thank you.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
The next item I need approval, Ron, is resolution 2026-09. This is the resolution, supporting the adoption of the facility plan for the wastewater system. We spoke of at the work session.
So we discussed this and are comfortable with it. And this is just a formal motion to indicate we've approved it.
Yes, that's correct. The public hearing will be, preceding the work session on the 20th.
All right. So we previously discussed this. If there's any further discussion, not, I will entertain a motion to approve it.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-10. Approving,
Oh, nine.
9, sorry.
Second.
Yep.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
The next resolution is 26-10. See that? That's approving an excluded bingo license for the Chamber of Commerce, and this is for Backwoods Bash.
I'll move to approve resolution 2026-10. The resolution approving and excluding bingo licenses for Blackduck area Chamber of Commerce.
On second.
Right, a motion and a second. Any discussion? Not. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
The next item I need approval on is the electrical upgrades for City Hall. Brendan was not able to get enough time to give me a quote, so the only one I have for you to act on is the one from Bessler's that was given to you at the work session. I guess at this point, you could approve Bessler's and choose which option you feel is necessary of that quote. The, digging from Beltrami Electric Cooperative has already been signed off and sent to them, so they already have that ready to go. And that was in your consent agenda, so now we just need the electrical stuff approved, so that can get moved on to.
Yeah, I would agree if we don't have a second quote. I mean, I think this is a reasonable amount, I think.
You kind of agree option A would be the best.
Yeah, with the, replacement of our screw-in glass fuses
Thank you.
from. God, it's gotta be before 57. This building was built in 57, but it was on the foundation from the earlier building, so those fuses have to date. The one thing I noticed when looking at the electrical service, it's still the 3 separate conductors on individual porcelain insulators, 16 inches apart. Which I think is the only one in town I've seen that still has that, so. We should take a picture of that before it's published.
No.
But I think we should go forward because we don't want to hold up the Larsons and demolishing the old
No,
electrical so they can, I assume you guys want to get started over there at some point, right?
Yeah, yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
didn't need to snow, I'm sure, for you guys.
Motion to approve.
Let me just bring up one thing. There's one optional thing here at the bottom to connect the off-peak service for the boiler that's not currently being used. Are we gonna do that, or this is the $2,268 item?
I would at least try it. I don't even know if that boiler works, if that off-peak system even works. But you could approve it and bachelors could definitely go look into it and see if that's gonna be an option, because if it lowers our electric bill in the winter time, that would be great.
Okay.
You can also have Beltrami Electric. They come out and service boilers like that and they do it free of charge.
Yeah.
So. As you're a client of theirs.
Yeah, so to clarify, what we're approving is option A, which is in addition to everything else, the replacement of the fuse panel with a modern circuit breaker panel. And the third item listed, which is the $2,268.94 to reconnect refeed the boiler in the basement of new off-peak service. Is that understandable or agreeable? So that's, I just wanted to clarify if that's an agreement, we could have a motion to do that, please.
So you're going with option A and the extra work for the boiler, is that correct?
Yeah, option
Okay.
A, yep.
All right. Motion to approve option A and the additional work for the boiler. So we have a $5,081.51 and $2,268.94.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second on that?
A second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
No,
All those in favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item I just want some feedback on is the recommendation from the group that is discussing City Hall. The committee met, minutes were in the consent agenda, and they agreed that their path with USDA through Beltrami Electric, that we should not move forward with asking for those grant funds that were turned down, knowing that expiration date ends on May 11th of this year if we chose to move forward with the project for City Hall. Did I say that right? Kind of jumbled it a little bit. Basically, what I'm asking for is just the foot is down. We're all deciding we're not moving forward with this project so that I can give Beltrami Electric a 100% head nod that we're declining the funds.
No big deal.
That's
All right.
I don't think it needs to be an official motion, Ron, I just need consensus from the board that that was. That is what you agree upon, and you're gonna leave what you said in the fall as right now.
Okay,
Okay.
yep, I would agree with that.
The next item I have to just fill you in on, is on the duck restoration project. At the last meeting, you asked for a total of what the Blanding grant is left over. I did some calculations and figured out we had about $8,200 left of the grant. I have been working with the relief, and there is a project in conjunction with them for the corner where the historic duck is. They're not prepared to share that whole project yet, but I think between the grant funds from Blandon and the relief, we can use those funds up on that corner. It does not look like it will be a good idea to put a shelter over the statue though, because it will impede upon the plan for the reliefs project. So I would recommend that we use the funding for, in conjunction with the reliefs project, and I hope to be able to share that with you in the next month. I did reach out to the school trades program. They don't have the time to build anything. And after seeing, what the relief has in store for that corner, I think it will just foreshadow the whole corner if we put a cover on top of the statue. It's gonna look a lot better if we don't, and if we have funds on the side to just set aside to service the statue like we did 2 years ago, I think that will do much better. So I'm just kind of cluing you guys on where we're at this point.
And do you think we'll be able to look at what lines are?
Yes, they didn't want it to get public just yet.
Okay.
Because they needed to share it on their side first.
Yeah, because we have to make a decision by 8/1, right?
Yes, and I think we'll be just fine after speaking with the relief president. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to share that with you guys soon. The next thing I have is just my place card on the agenda if anybody wants to share any community feedback regarding the police department since our last meeting. I was approached by the city of Kelliher, and if the city of Blackduck would contract with them and combine efforts to have a police department between the two municipalities. Did some research, looked through the statutes, it is allowable. But once I discussed it with their clerk about the obstacles we're having just staffing the department, she was unaware of that's the biggest mechanism that's blocking us from, going forward. She was gonna take that feedback back to her council, so I don't know if that was just an idea. Whether they're dissatisfied with the service they're getting on the north end of the county from the sheriff's department, I couldn't tell you. They just thought it would be a good idea.
So in essence, could we pay, I suppose we couldn't pay more with their additional.
We'd still be an equity issue if we did that way. I don't think it's still gonna help us. Knowing what their distance are away from us too. If we were the primary department and we service Kelliher, we'd basically be doing the same thing the sheriff's department is doing for the city.
Right.
And also have. Then I just have some dates for you guys. April 20th obviously is the public hearing for the wastewater system improvements. Preceding the work session on the 20th. April 24th at 1 is the local board of appeal for the city of Blackduck. May 4th is the next city council regular meeting. M is changed almost immediately after I hit send. The financial audit presentation from CLA is gonna be at the June meeting. And then in regards to N on ordinance 2026-01 and ordinance amending the section of the city code that relates to local sales tax option, I am entertaining when the close of the local sales tax will happen. Like I said earlier in the meeting, I'm in communication with Department of Revenue as to the procedures for that. We have to give them a 90-day notice as to when the sales tax will end, so they can notify everybody else that pays into sales tax. It has to be at the end of a quarter. They're estimating the end of this year. I believe it's gonna be sooner than that, so it could happen anytime between July 1 and the end of this year. But we have to actually amend the ordinance first, pass that, send that to the Department of Revenue so that they can give notice for 90 days. The ordinance has language in it that states that we have the right to collect $100,000 in sales tax revenue. If it exceeds that by the time our expiration date, any excess over can go to the general fund. I'm really trying to narrow that window down as much as possible so that we're not collecting more than what we should. And I hope to have a better answer for you guys next month as to when you would actually take action on that after I hear more from my contact at DOR. But to date, we have 65,000. We're averaging between 8,000 and 9,000 a month. At that rate, end of third quarter, we probably will hit our dollar amount. So we don't want to tax people any more than we need to, so close it up as soon as we can.
Statute.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. The last thing I put in the packet was just the summary of the 2026 KRLS board meeting schedule. I thought Lori could use that, anybody else that was interested. And then that's it for me, unless anybody has any questions.
All right, council member reports and the council member reports.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Public Works Department though for the snow removal on this last few days.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. You ready for the next one, Mike, or?
There are no more.
That's what I thought too. Right, so that's it there. I received a rare complaint. People don't complain to me, but I received a complaint that the pond is selling brunch. I think that's impeding with small business.
Yeah.
I received it from a person who lives outside the city limits of Blackduck, so not a legal resident. But I'm all in favor of some place to sit down and eat, and we've had a lack of those, that facility on Sundays. Lack of available places to sit that actually have tables where people can sit.
Right.
So that's it, nothing more, community events, good things happening.
There you go.
If nobody has anything to say, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Aye, opposed, there none, motion passes, we're adjourned.
Yep.